Good morning, everyone. It's June 1st. We made it to June, and we are getting ready to leave Delaware Water Gap and head back to Wind Gap. Well, it's hard keeping all these places straight as we go through them, but yeah, I'm just walking over to the old Dunkin' Donuts to get a donut to get me going, and I got my Rockstar here. That's my morning coffee. I'm in town, so yeah, it's going to be a good day. Looks a little bit cloudy with some sun peeking out, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain today, so we should be good. So yeah, we're going to catch a ride here in a little bit and get over to Wind Gap Post Office and then head back out on the trail. So we'll probably meet you over there at Wind Gap. Okay, so we're all packed up, headed out of the hotel. Actually a little different. We're just heading over to the hiker hostel, which is about a 15-minute walk from here, and we're just going to drop our backpacks there and catch an Uber over to Wind Gap, and then pick up our package and then walk back here to the hostel and spend the night there. So yeah, let's go ahead and head up over to the hostel. Alright, we finally made it to Wind Gap Post Office after a week of waiting for it. And there's the package we've been waiting for. So yeah, thank you to Elsie and the family for sending that stuff to us. It's finally arrived. Alright, well, we picked up our package and we are walking back to the trail, headed back to Delaware Water Gap. So the trail goes up that ridge that's up there in front of us, and once we get up on top there, it looks like it'll be fairly smooth walking the whole day. So yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Let's get up there. So we get back to the trail and we find trail magic. There's water and juice and sodas and stuff. I actually don't think I need any of it.
Let's just take a peek.
We're thinking we're just slacking through, so we really don't need anything, but...
Oh my goodness.
Alright, maybe we do need a little something. Okay, well, we are back in the woods, and yeah, you guessed it, going back up. So let's get up to the top of this ladder and get up to the top where it's flat, or flatter at least. And at least anything we have to do today, we can say it's a bit easier because we're not carrying our packs. Woohoo! Yeah, we like slacking. Well, we just had our first break of the day, about 4 miles in, and I stopped and had a couple granola bars and packed out a bottle of Mountain Dew, special treat for the day, but we wanted to drink that and get rid of it just to lighten the pack load a little bit. So, but yeah, it's been a good day so far for walking. Still a lot of rocks on the trail, but the weather's perfect. It's sun's peeking through, and it's warm, but not too hot right yet anyway. So it's been a good day so far. We're both in good spirits, both happy, and you know, just having a good day on the trail today. So we're gonna walk up here a little ways and hopefully get you a viewpoint. So let's go see what we can find. Well, we've come up to the area of the trail called Wolf Rock. It's supposed to be a viewpoint out here, but it does have a boulder field. And it did have a bypass trail, a bad weather bypass trail, so we're thinking that the regular trail is probably pretty bad. But we'll see. So we're walking out along the bluffs of the Wolf Rocks. Not as bad as what we've been through before yet, but still could see how it would be a little worse if it was wet and slippery, but at least it's dry today. But we haven't gotten to the viewpoint yet, so I'm sure we have a bit more to do. And there's our first good view of the day. Probably one of our only good views of the day. Standing up on Wolf Rock, looking down off to what would be the northwest of us. So yeah, kind of a neat place. You can see the day is not bright blue sunny day, but it's a little overcast today, which is fine, but beautiful spot.
Sometimes there's just not a step.
Well, this is what I call a nice trail. We don't get much of this, especially in Pennsylvania. Well, today's turning out to be an awesome day. We just passed some day hikers that are out walking their dogs, and they told us they left some goodies down at the trailhead. That's less than a mile up ahead here, so we might get 2 trail magics in one day. So, and we're slack packing, so bam, that's a good day. So we're gonna run down here to the trailhead, see what they left us. Interesting thing about this section between Wind Gap and in the Delaware Water Gap is that all of the camping areas along the side of the trail are roped off and closed for reforestation. So yeah, there's no real place to camp during this section. Alright, we found the road crossing. We have to cross the road here, and some people did leave a little bit of trail magic. Not a whole lot here. Looks like they just found some stuff in their car that they wanted to leave out for people, which is fun. It's neat that people think of the hikers along the way. So I just grabbed a little protein bar that was here. So, but yeah, it's kind of fun how people will leave little things for the hikers. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead there. So we're gonna come up here and just sit and rest and have a little something to eat. Looks like they got water jugs here too, but we might be good on water. We might fill up before we leave. I'm not sure, but we'll check it out. We just left the shelter and had just a short little rest. Had a bunch of snacks that we ate, and just some protein bars and some cookies, and it's just a bunch of little stuff that we cleaned out of our food supply from last week. So, and now we're headed the last 6 miles. We got about 4 miles of walking along the ridge still, and then it'll be 2 miles drop down, back down into the water gap. So another little viewpoint looking off to the east, kind of east-southeast, and great little spot. It's really steep down in there. Zoom in a little bit, and there's some farms down in there, and so there's a better view of the Delaware River, and off to the left of it over that way is the state of New Jersey. So yeah, we're on our last day of Pennsylvania. Woo! And tomorrow we'll be heading up that way. Be in New Jersey for a few days, so yeah, that's. Well, we just had a small incident. Kindle just took a little slip and fell on her arm and her back for just a little bit. It wasn't too bad of a fall, so luckily she's okay. Just hurt her wrist a little bit. I'm hoping that'll be okay, but yeah, we think she's doing good, so we're still hiking up. There's a view of Mount Tammany, and it's part of the Pocono National Park. It's right below us, but really cool hill that sticks up there overlooking the Delaware River. But yeah, I don't think we're going up that one actually. I think we're going to go over there to the left of it tomorrow, but I'm not really sure, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, see where the trail goes. But alright, we're back in the rhododendron tunnel, heading down the hill. It's a little damp in here, so the rocks are still a little slippery, but yeah, it's really dark and shady through here. It's kind of neat though, but kind of neat that we're at Eureka Creek. I actually grew up on Eureka Lake, and now we're crossing the Eureka Creek. Pretty cool. And we're getting down to the river. That's the Delaware River, and tomorrow morning we'll be going across that river. And right on that side is New Jersey. So, yeah, we're getting closer. Once we get across the bridge, and we get to go up onto that ridge. That's what we have to look forward to. Okay, we made it back down to Delaware Water Gap and got set up at the hiker hostel here at the Presbyterian Church. They just let us camp out in the yard here, so we got our tent set up, but we're hungry, so we're gonna go down and look for something to eat. That's the nice thing about hiking into town, is you don't have to cook. Just go down and find something to eat. So let's go see what we can find. Good morning, everyone. It's June 2nd, and we are headed out from the church hostel, and we have broken a record, actually leaving, packed up, ready to go at 6:30. So today looks like it's going to be pretty good. It got really foggy again down in this river valley last night, so things were a little damp packing up because of the fog, but not too bad. And so we are headed out, headed down to the bridge over the river into New Jersey. So let's say goodbye to Pennsylvania. Woohoo! We made it to the border. Alright guys, we made it across the bridge and we are back in the woods. But beautiful spot here, nice and green, and a little creek running alongside of it. But yeah. Got a good view today off to the west. Look looking out over the Pocono Mountains and Pocono National Park. That's back looking towards Pennsylvania on the other side of the Delaware River, which is just below us. So. Okay, we're actually taking a blue blaze up this road here a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and stop at a little outdoor store and deli up here and eat lunch. It's about 1 o'clock, so not too often we get to stop into a place to have lunch. So we're gonna go up here, check it out, and get a little something to eat. So let's go find us something too good. Maybe they'll have Dr. Pepper. And we've reached the Mohican Outdoor Center. A little outdoor store, outfitters, and a little deli area. So. Little lodge area. Got seating and fireplaces. Nice place to sit. Okay, well, we just finished up some lunch at the outdoor center. Kind of a neat little place. Used to be a Boy Scout camp, and now it's been taken over by the trail club, and they just turned it into a little store and a little camp. I think the Boy Scouts still use it at times, but yeah, we had some food there. They had a little kitchen there, and Kendall had a club sandwich. Double-decker club sandwich, and I had a breakfast. I had 2 eggs and bacon and toast and a couple of pancakes. Oh, it was delicious. I loved the food. Filled my belly up. Kendall had a sandwich. She ate the whole thing, and yeah, it was good. The only downside to it was they didn't have any soda pop there, so all their soda was gone except for Diet Coke, and
which doesn't count. That
doesn't count as soda. So anyway, so yeah, it was a good stop. We're glad we stopped. We're able to rest and chatted with the hiker One Speed that we have been hiking along with over the last week or so. So she was there, and we enjoyed our conversation with her. So yeah, we're back on the trail, and we now have tie score. Kendall caught up to me in the fall department. She fell once yesterday and is doing fine from that. Just a little sore, but then right after lunch, she just fell again. So it's now 3-3. So tie game in the fall department. So luckily she's okay. She's still on the trail, and we're still heading north to Maine. So still no rain yet. It's supposed to start raining at 2, but just looked down and noticed I have a shadow. So it's 2:30, and looks like it could rain at any time, but hopefully it'll go north of us, and if we do get rain, it'll hopefully just be some passing showers throughout the afternoon. And we're looking to camp about 6 miles. Well, it'll be about 5.5 miles now up the trail, so hopefully get some good views and some cool things to see along the way. So let's go see what we can find. Also, our son Silas had a question. this last weekend about how our gear was holding up and had we chosen the right gear for the trail, and thought that was a pretty good question he had asked. And just want to let you know that yeah, our gear is actually holding up really well. Kendall's got the Z-Pax tent, the duplex tent, and no problems with it at all. It does have one small little hole in one of the sides, but it doesn't leak or anything. It's kind of weird. But both of our tents stayed dry in the rain last time, and zippers on mine are holding out, and our packs, she has the Z-Pax arc haul, and I have the Gossamer gear Mariposa, and both of our packs are doing well. I've got a small little insignificant tear in the outside pouch of one of mine where I've been setting it on the ground, but it doesn't affect the pack at all, and Kendall has had zero problems with hers. So yeah, other than that, we haven't had any issues with our gear at all. We haven't had to replace anything
other than our pillows.
Other than, yeah, we did, that's true, we did replace our inflatable pillows like the first week we were out, and luckily in Waynesboro in the Shenandoahs we able to buy just regular roll-up, they're called armadillo pillows, but yeah, those are working out very well. But no, our gear is held up fine, and we haven't had to add anything to it or subtract anything from it. So yeah, it was a good question. But oh, other than our shoes, obviously we had to replace our shoes in Waynesboro, and today we were just talking, the shoes we bought in Waynesboro now got almost 500 miles on them. So yeah, we're getting to the point where we have to start thinking about when we're going to replace those shoes. So but that's to be expected. So but yeah, hopefully we'll either hit a Outfitters or we'll have the shoes that we've already purchased mailed to us, although we're a little leery about doing mail drops lately since we had such a hard time catching up with the one that was mailed to us in Wind Gap. So but thank you, Elsie, for getting that package to us, and you did a great job. And so yeah, now our gear is doing well, and so hopefully, Si, that answers your question. And if anybody has any other questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, or get a hold of us, and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. So all right, let's get up the trail. This is not what I ever thought of whenever I heard of New Jersey. And it's time to refill the water bottles. Got some more snake action here. Kendall actually saw him going through. Pretty cool. Haven't seen a snake in a while, so it was a pretty good find. I walked right on by. Beaver swimming out there.
Oh yeah.
Got his little house out there. He's swimming out towards them lily pads. Can't see him. So here's a good shot of their dam. Luckily we get to go below it, and it's not Not nearly as bad as the last time we crossed the beaver dam, but these beavers look like they do a better job building than the other ones did. She's checking us out, making sure we don't do any damage to it, but oh, there's the other one just popped up there. We're like eye level with the top of the dam, and the beavers are just swimming around watching us.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I've ever been that close to a beaver before. That's so awesome. Got another creature for you before we go to bed. Got an old porcupine walking down through. He's checking things out here. Okay, well, we found ourselves a campsite here. Got the tent set up. We just finished up dinner and got everything put up. And we are going to call it a night. We actually did some pretty good miles today, 16.7 miles today. And we got in pretty early. We got in a little after 6. So yeah, it was a good day. Had a good lunch at the outdoor center, and yeah, saw a lot of cool stuff. So I think the highlight of my day was the beavers in the beaver pond. It was pretty cool. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope you have a good night, and we will see you back on the trail tomorrow.